For those of you who don't know who I am, Tabitha Stevens, let's see, adult film star, Hall of Fame adult film star. Let's see, back in, I don't know, the late 90s, early 2000s, I was kind of like more of a regular guest on the Howard Stern show, so we got that. Also on a TV show on the E! Channel called Dr. 90210. I was on that show. I had an episode every season. So for 5 seasons, I had an episode. And and I've done all kinds of different kinds of film, television, so adult, mainstream. That's me. So, hey, nice to meet ya. Yeah. I know you probably have so many questions. I even question myself sometimes. I don't really. It was funny. I was thinking earlier today, like, okay, let's talk about how I made lunch today. And I did. In fact, unless Gary and I go out to lunch, I make lunch every day. I also make us our breakfast every day. And I make us dinner every day. So home cooked meals. I do. So today for lunch, I made chicken parmesan. Like in the frying pan, kind of, doing the whole baking. Made my own sauce, the whole thing. And I thought, I wonder if anybody would really be interested in that. Like talking about their food and whatnot. And now here I am talking about it. And I'm like, I'm not really interested in it. So I apologize. Gary's in the other room, and I'm sure he's listening to me, and he's probably laughing his head off, going, oh no, there she goes again. I feel sorry for anyone listening and watching what's happening, what's unfolding right now, because this is what I have to deal with on a daily basis. That's what Gary's thinking right now. Well, obviously, I'm making that up because I don't know how Gary feels. But I'm sure he's fucking laughing. I know I would be. I'd be like, wow. In fact, I'm laughing at myself. Yikes. And I can't really get comfortable, right? I like comfy. And when I was getting ready to, have this all set up, Gary obviously put this together for me because I cannot figure that out. I'm good with the phone, and yes, I have a ring light and setting all that up. But when it comes to sound, and I apologize now for the sound, probably going in and out, not keeping a level tone. So Gary set that up for me. So, anyway. I'm just rambling, aren't I? Yes, I am. I gotta speak up. Speak up. But anyway, so I think Gary was laughing too because he's like, where do you want to, record this? And I'm like, on the floor. He's like, seriously? And I'm like, yeah, I just, you just like to sit on the floor sometimes and just like chill and be like, this is great. Just like, I mean, yeah, I could sit on the couch, but there's just something about the floor. Don't even talk about it. Don't ask questions. I know in your mind you're thinking, how many times on the floor? Shh. That's a different show. Yeah. And it's hot today. Today is another hot day in beautiful Las Vegas. We're in March 2026. March 18th, to be exact. And it's like, in the 90s? So 90 degrees. Yeah. Seriously? I'm looking again. I can't stop this. I'm looking at the time. All right. Who else takes magic candy and feels like a whole bunch of time went by? Right? And you're like, oh, or not enough time. You know how it goes backwards or forwards? I don't know. Right now I'm like, oh, I feel like I've been talking for like an hour. And it isn't an hour, not even close. I'm not even 10 minutes in. And yeah, you know, high people problems. Yeah, just saying. But I enjoy it. And the reason I started taking the magic candy was because I had to say probably in like the end of the 90s, I started experiencing a lot of like anxiety. And then by the early 2000s, it was bad. Like I would get so much anxiety that I remember at one time I was in my car and I hit a red light, you know. I didn't hit the red light. I stopped at a red light. There you go. And I had this crazy panic attack. It was insane. Like I actually got out of my car. I put it in park, got out of my car and started walking around it because I'm like, I can't be at this light. I just want to turn. And I was going left. So yeah, let's talk about Zoolander. If you know Zoolander, the movie. If you don't, you might want to watch it. Yeah. I'm not good at left turns. No, they started freaking me out. So seriously, that's what I did. And I'm sure people are like, who is this crazy bitch, walking around her car? But I did. I had this insane panic attack and I didn't know what to do. And then I finally got myself into the car, drove away when the light turned. Anyway, so I went to the doctor because I was scared. I didn't know what to do. Anyway, they put me on Xanax, and yeah, Xanax. It was great at the time. Like in the beginning when I took it, I was prescribed a low dose at first, and everything seemed okay. I was getting along. I could still drive on the freeway and not get too weirded out. But I think the more you take Xanax, and you build up a tolerance, it doesn't really work as much, for longer periods of time. And I noticed that, let's say I took a Xanax at noon, and let's say I was good for till 5 p.m. I was noticing that, I'm not good at 2 o'clock now. Like I'm starting to get weird. So I was taking the Xanax more frequently. Went back to the doctor, and he prescribed me more, like a higher dose. And before you know it, to make a very long story short, I was on a very high dose of Xanax. And at that time, Xanax wasn't really a thing where, your doctor gave it to you. It's okay. It's helping with your anxiety. Man, I shouldn't have been driving. No, I could drive, but I probably shouldn't have been at, the amount of Xanax that was in my system. And of course I was aware, everything like that, but I just shouldn't. I don't even know how half the time I would go to the Howard Stern show, right? And I'd be on my Xanax. And I don't even know how am I even in the airport? And then getting in my car, I'd have a car service pick me up to take me to my hotel. How did I get to my hotel? I'd forgotten, that, hey, I had a car service waiting, And then there were times I'd go on the Howard Stern show. And I'd just be so chill because the elevators to get to the Sirius, building, the Sirius floor, shall I say, it's high. It's really high. And I would get so freaked out by being in that elevator that I would just pop a Xanax, And I didn't think, again, I'm prescribed the Xanax. I'm allowed to have it. So there have been quite a few times I'd go on the show and Howard would say, are you okay? You're on something, aren't you? You're on something. And I'm like, well, no. But I would just lay back on the couch at the Stern show, just kind of chill. And I remember one point Robin had said something like, oh, it looks like the Queen is holding court or something to that. Something. And it was funny because I was just, hey, on my Xanax. So, yeah, but Howard asked me, I was like, well, no, I'm not on drugs. What drugs are you thinking I'm on? I didn't But yeah, I was on Xanax. And so I do apologize to Howard Stern, the rest of the show, and any of the fans. Yeah, I was just, but again, my doctor said, this is what you take when you have anxiety. So yeah, well, as I'm leading into my progression of the magic candy, I started getting to a point with the Xanax where I just wasn't feeling myself at all. I was super anxious all the time. And it was almost like I couldn't feel carpet under my feet. So for those of you who take Xanax or have taken it or anything like that, did you ever have that feeling where, you're like it's almost like you're so numb to everything? Like seriously, I felt like I couldn't feel the freaking carpet. Now that's all I took was Xanax. I wasn't on any other, pills or anything, or anything else for that matter. And so it wasn't good. I wasn't in a good way. So finally, a friend of mine had suggested trying, smoking some weed. And yeah, I'd smoked it before, obviously, in my life. And I thought, it's not really my thing. I don't really like this. Not that I don't like the smell, but in your fingers when you're holding a joint or whatever. And I thought, I still want to function. Whenever I would get high, I couldn't really function because I'd be just laughing my head off the whole time. And I'm like, nah. And he said, well, why don't you try edibles? And I'm like brownies? Like the kind that you'd make, right. I was born in 1970, so, just so we are clear here. Like the brownies were the thing back then, like in the 80s, 90s. That's before we had edibles, So I said, like the brownies? And he's like, well, yeah, but no, that it's, I guess because, if it says it's 10 milligrams, it's 10 milligrams. Whereas in the brownies, when you bake them, you never know where that cannabis butter was going. It could have gone to one side of the pan into 3 brownies, and people are kind of getting a little high and everybody else is glued to the wall because they're so high. I didn't want that. I wasn't sure. So I thought, okay, I'm not sure about this, maybe. And then I did. I ended up taking an edible and I liked it. It was fun. I laughed. I had a good time. So I was still on Xanax at the time. And I actually started weaning myself off of Xanax and using the edibles instead. So I just started, going slowly. And I was weaning a little bit too fast, I think, when I was on, let's see. I was weaning off. Oh, and I was doing it too fast. I figured, okay, I have 3 weeks of this. And I would lower my dose, but I was lowering it too fast. So one night I was having this insane panic attack. And I was weaning off of it. And I was so close to being there. And I felt like my heart was going through my chest and I couldn't breathe and I was sweating. It was crazy. So, and this was like midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning. And I had to call into the pharmacy and say, hey, I have a question. This is what's happening. I'm trying to wean off the Xanax. And the pharmacy was really, really cool. The pharmacist was really cool. And he said to me, do you still have more Xanax? And I said, yes. So he explained to me that I should just be careful and maybe add a little bit more Xanax to myself, to my, what I'd taken in tonight or that night. Take a little bit more and then just go back up a little and then decrease it from there, but really super, super, super slow. So I did that and I was able to get off Xanax. Yay. And I replaced the Xanax with the edibles, and I didn't think, hey, I don't really need to take the edibles. And after a while, I got used to them. And the funny thing is, when people take edibles, a lot of times you build up a tolerance to it, kind of like how I did with the Xanax. And there are people that, are my size that are 5'3" and weigh 100 pounds that can take 100 milligrams in an edible because they built up a tolerance. I still take the same amount I've taken for 11 years. Seriously, it's so funny. And any of my friends, their dispensaries are like, do you realize like you're just like an anomaly because you feel great even if, you're not like taking a higher dose. So yeah, but I like to be aware and just be happy. So this is how I got here. This is my little edible story. And yeah, do you have an edible story? Do you take edibles? Do you drink alcohol? I don't know. Hey, I don't drink. I did. Not that I won't drink. I just, because of the edibles, I don't want to drink. Like, I just enjoy feeling happy and good. And when I would drink, yes, you feel happy, good, and fearless, But then I'd feel like crap the next day. And when I take edibles, I don't feel like crap. I feel fabulous. I feel awesome. Even if I didn't get the best night's sleep, due to whatever, because we hike a lot too. So maybe, like I was too sore that night and I couldn't sleep. But, like when I wake up though, I feel great. I feel absolutely wonderful. So that's how I got here. And so this is where I'm going to say, hey, I gotta go because I'm going to forget what I'm going to talk about. So with that said, we did it. We made it. I'm so happy. Oh, wow. Wait, one more thing. I'm just so thirsty. Oh, I just wanted to say I was sorry to my plant. I talked to my plants. Okay, so before I log off, just so you know, this was part of the reason I wanted to sit on the floor too. I love being around the plants. I have a whole bunch back there. And I talk to them and I play them music. And yeah, it's just fabulous. Okay, yes. Now I'm going to drink this. What's with this thing? And I'm going to say, catch you later. Wow. Okay, that was fun. I hope you enjoy this episode of I have no idea what I'm doing. Wow. That's not what this is called. I'm just saying I have no idea what I'm doing. We'll come up with a name for this. Okay. Until then.